The quarterback, though, the rookie Bo Nix. I know you were very impressed.
Sean Payton has found his point guard. This is quarterback one, Greeny. So much good from Bo Nix. Move the pocket, take off as a runner, eyes downfield, quickly reset, and snap that ball going to your left for a beautiful throw. You saw a little bit of the designed quarterback run with Bo Nix, something athletically he's capable of doing. Sean Payton of this offense having that element, and then the RPO for the touchdown. Watch how quickly he goes ball fake, sets his feet to rip this throw, and then that's solid coverage. That ball's got to get out front or it's going to get batted away. Really impressed.
It wound up going 15 of 21, 125 yards and a touchdown. Here's one more for you here to a nice wide open receiver. Broncos would go on to win this game 34-30. And I'll remind everyone, as far as experience, I mean, yes, Bo Nix is a rookie, but he's 24 years old. Yeah. He threw 45 touchdowns and 3 interceptions at Oregon last year. And Dan, after the game, you tweeted obvious QB1. So you believe he starts the season?
Oh, no question. When they drafted him, I felt like he would be the starting quarterback, Greeny. You saw everything that Sean Payton wants in a quarterback yesterday that we thought was going to make sense play itself out on the field. One, the ball came out quickly. I think 19 out of his 21 pass attempts happened in less than 4 seconds. He was great versus the blitz. The ball placement when it comes to the yards after the catch, huge part of this offense, was really paramount. And then the athleticism, the plus stuff was in his game. He did not look like, and not in preseason, but he did not look like a young man stepping foot on the field in the NFL for the very first time. Sean Payton's going to start him their next preseason game. I'd be shocked if he's not their starting quarterback week one, deservedly so.
Quick thoughts, D. Wood.
No, he did. He looked. This is what happened. You know, when you play a ton of snaps in college, it doesn't surprise me that he had the type of debut that he had. And I think Sean did. He's the perfect point guard for what Sean Payton wants to do.
He made 61 starts in college football. Like, that's incredible.
Right.
I think he would have had to look completely lost and overwhelmed this preseason in order to not be the starter. And obviously, he did not look that way. I'm with Dan on this.
Yeah, so maybe Denver gets it right. We've been wondering. I feel like there's been so much conversation, and we will have more as this morning continues on the quarterback.
Okay, so it's funny because Orlovsky, I did one of the first, because I was really trying to find a clip, and the audio is a little bit messed up on that video. Nothing to do with me, so I apologize. But I was trying to find Dan Orlovsky's updated views on Bo Nix, and as he said, you know, he thought that Bo Nix was a QB1, but he made comments. One of my first videos on Orlovsky about Bo Nix was like, I was a little confused by it, quite honestly, because he was like, "Oh, Bo Nix like needs to humble himself and yada yada yada," and he kind of was highlighting some negatives about Bo Nix that I was just kind of like, that's kind of interesting. Like, he was definitely taking a more negative approach, more than I would have thought, quite frankly. And now it seems like Bo Nix has really won him over. I mean, like, he's like, you could tell Dan is definitely excited about it, saying Sean Payton has found his guy, found his quarterback, found his point guard. And he was just kind of, gushing over what Bo Nix was doing on the field. Even some of his mobility, the placement of his throws, the speed at which the ball came out, the decision making, just all positives. And that is who Bo Nix is, right? Like, that is why you draft Bo Nix. Everyone keeps talking about how much of a negative it is that, he's had 61 games in college or whatever. People were using that more as a negative rather than a positive, because the whole kind of argument is like, Bo Nix has played a lot in college. This is who he is. He's already an old man, apparently, which everyone wants to act like he's, 29 years old. And they're like, he's already old. He's not going to grow anymore. This is who he is. He's not good enough. He's just going to be, kind of blah in the NFL. And again, if you don't have a legit coach, then yes, maybe a quarterback like Bo Nix can't really shine, because he will be limited by whatever his coach does, whatever his coach's game plan is, and maybe even some of the weapons. But when you combine a great top-level coach, a top-level offensive-minded coach, dare I say an offensive genius coach, when you get someone like Bo Nix, then they can actually execute the offense. They can actually execute the vision. And this is what I've been trying to bang on this drum for months now. That's what Bo Nix can do with Sean Payton. And I don't care, because we also, every time we want to be able to talk about whether or not a quarterback is good or not, we often want to say, yeah, but like, it's because of Shanahan, or yeah, it's because of this coach, or it's because of the weapons. And there's truth to that. There is. But at the end of the day, I don't need to know if Bo Nix would shine with the Carolina Panthers with limited weapons and no great offensive head coach. I don't care. I just need to see can Bo Nix ball out with Sean Payton. That's all you need to do. Brock Purdy only needs to be able to ball out with Shanahan. As long as he can execute Shanahan's offense, then Brock Purdy's the best quarterback for him. You know, like it's really that simple. So when we try to play some of these games of like, yeah, but like if Shanahan wasn't there, he wouldn't be as good. Okay, probably true. Doesn't matter. Don't care. Fortunately for him, he's got Shanahan. And it's the same thing with Bo Nix. Like, that's the reality. Now, if we're trying to have a GOAT debate, right, because I think that's where people get confused. If we're trying to really lock in and say, is Patrick Mahomes better than Brady or Patrick Mahomes and, you know, I don't even want to name other names because people will kind of get all crazy. Then you start saying, well, look at the benefits of the head coach. Look at the weapons he's had, right? Like, then you kind of start locking in on that. You know, we do this with Michael Jordan and LeBron. Well, LeBron had, you know, Dwayne Wade and Bosh. Well, Michael Jordan had Dennis Rodman. Like, you start to get into those, you know, nitty gritty nuances. But when we're talking about and evaluating a quarterback like Bo Nix, we don't have to do that. When we're talking about Brock Purdy, we don't have to do that. If we were trying to figure out is Brock Purdy the GOAT, then yes, we can talk about Shanahan. We could talk about Christian McCaffrey. We can talk about Debo. Like, it makes more sense, quite frankly, to me. But when we're trying to figure out can Bo Nix be legit in the pros, specifically with the Broncos, yes, football is all about fit. All about fit. All about fit. And we saw that on full display. I know it's just preseason. I know. But we saw it on full display. I'm super excited for Bo Nix because, oh my God, every Bo Nix video I make, or just Denver Broncos video in general, oh my God, do the haters come out. It's crazy. I don't know what Bo Nix has done. I really don't know. One guy recently, we were talking about, I made a video, it was about, with Con Cowher, talking about Caleb Williams getting a lot of hate. And of course, they tried to bring politics into it, which I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? It has nothing to do with that. And here's Bo Nix. Bo Nix probably is getting way more hate than Caleb Williams, and it's not even close. Seriously, it's not even close. I mean, majority of the Caleb Williams videos that I make, there's obviously some hate because it's sports, and so there's always going to be hate. But the Bo Nix hate is just so much more intense because not only is it fans in the comment section, but it's also media members. I don't really know many media members that are trying to bring down Caleb Williams. I don't really see it. Especially on any of the main shows, maybe some of the random, you know, shock type, you know, hot take shows, but none of the main shows. There are legitimate people sitting at these desks saying Bo Nix is not that good of a quarterback, right? That Sean Payton made a big mistake. First things first, Nick Wright being one of them. Not trying to call him out, just trying to use an example. So I just, it's very surprising to me that someone like a Bo Nix can be such a controversial quarterback in the NFL. Like, I don't see why. He's not super cocky. He's not talking trash. He didn't say, I'm going to be the best quarterback when I get there. It's my job. Like, you know, he's just like, and he is incredibly humble. He is a great leader, and the dude just gets to work. What else do you want from your rookie quarterback? What else do you want from your seasoned veteran quarterback? So I'm just really, I'm just excited for Bo Nix to finally take the field in a game that matters. But oh my God, he's going to be under a microscope. I mean, they were already trying to criticize this game. Like, well, he missed some throws. He did this and that. And it's like, it was his first game. Like, what are we talking about here? Right? Like, it's like, come on. Like, what did you think? He was just going to go 21 for 21? Perfect throws, no drawbacks, no nothing, right? Like, it was just going to be a literal, by definition, perfect game. Like, it's just crazy to me. So, I need some more true Bo Nix moments, especially obviously in the regular season, as more fuel to be like, see, this is who Bo Nix is. This is what we've been trying to tell you. Bo Nix, Sean Payton, Denver Broncos, they got it. Let's go. But those are just my thoughts. I would absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think? Do you think Bo Nix shined in the Broncos preseason opener? And do you think he's definitely QB1 and will be an established quarterback with the Broncos? Dare I say, for years to come? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I would absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.